Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so sorry about me taking like 15 years to to upload a new video. It's just that I kind of underestimated like how much time my senior year would actually give me to do things that I like to do. Turns out this has actually been the most stressful semester of my life. So this video is going to be as quickly made as I possibly can. So I want it to be kind of short and concise, and I want to be able to upload it before the week's over. So let's see, today is Tuesday. If I can get it up by Sunday, consider me the best person in the world. You should kind of consider me to be the best person in the world anyway, but especially if I can do that. So today's video is actually an inspired one. I used to watch this kid named Kid Fury when I was like middle, like early high school years. And he had this series called Furious Thoughts by Kid Fury. And it was basically just like a series of videos that basically he just ranted or gave random insight about a particular issue or just made some like minor commentary. And I found it to be very therapeutic because I would write random thoughts down. So I figured it would be like twice the therapy if I record. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that I want to say is that I'm really excited for The Incredibles 2 to come out, because I just feel like The Incredibles is one of the best Disney Pixar movies of all time. Like, of all time. It was just like, there were no princesses. It was just like doped out. Like, everybody had their own like respective superpower, and you know, you could like Mr. and Mrs. Incredible like were so into each other. Like, even for a Disney movie, I was like, this is kind of intense, like, but it just goes to show you like this is real life. And I felt like Disney was just being so real with that movie. Like, this is what husband and wife looks like in this home. Of course, every home's different, but they really created a storyline, a very intense one, where, you know, you have the wife and the husband, and they have 3 children who are still trying to like find their way as they discover their superpowers and understand the capacity of their power. And it was just the coolest thing. And so I'm so excited for the sequel to come out. And that has been the only sequel that I've been really pressed about. Moreover, that's probably the only sequel that I feel like will do its original movie justice, because sequels, spinoffs, reboots, anything of that matter, they usually suck. It is what it is. Like, I'ma say it and then I'ma just keep it going, because at the end of the day, most of them be sucky. And I just don't think The Incredibles will be that way. I think it'll be different, but I also have a very strong bias for The Incredibles. So yeah, any other form of reboot or sequel, just, it's not my cup. So yeah, but June 15th, The Incredibles 2. Next one kind of goes into the first one, in that I really don't appreciate the infatuation with the 90s. Like, seriously, sis, like, the 90s is almost 30 years old. You have to let it go, and you have to leave it where it's at, because if you don't, you're going to make people trapped in that particular era, and it'll then be hard to really be innovative and create with what you currently have. Like, for example, currently we have all of this technology, right? That's probably been like our biggest biggest change between the 90s and the 2000s, because with technology came things like social media. So that in itself is going to change the culture in which we live in across the US. And I'm not just talking about for Black Americans, but I do notice this tendency to latch on to the 90s, specifically in Black Americans. And I think it's a little strange. I think the infatuation, which is what it has become, is a little odd, and you should really reflect on why you want to revert back to a time that was so long ago versus focus on the now. I feel like, you know, I don't know if it's some type of like punch to our current president, which his name is not spoken in my household, but I don't know if it's like some type of like retaliation towards what we're having to deal with this new administration, or what it is, but I feel like the infatuation is getting a little bit much, and people should probably reflect on why now, like why the infatuation now. Don't get me wrong, it was a great time, but sis, like, it wasn't that good of a time to where you can't move forward. Like, I think that's a little bizarre. So I don't know, I'll leave it at that, because I know people, they probably don't like what I gotta say about that, but I mean, it needed to be said. I love a good running joke. I feel like running jokes make the world go round. Seriously. Like, so running jokes, for those who don't know, are basically like, they're basically jokes that can be applied to many scenarios. So like, for example, I had, see, I don't want like, Another thing about running jokes is that some of them can be kind of personal. And the only example I can think of is like pretty personal, but nonetheless, it's basically where you create a joke and it just applies to like way too many scenarios that happen in life, or the number of occurrences that joke can relate to is just like almost infinite, and you didn't realize it until that person cracked that one joke. And then life, people can add value and quality into your life. They can insert all of these fantastic things, but the very being of happiness, the emotional state of happiness, has to come within. People can't cultivate that for you. And through a rough time, it's your responsibility to uplift them as much as you possibly can, but you can't dump the responsibility on yourself to make them happy and to get them out of the depression, or to get them out of this like mental drought, or to get them out of a state of disconnect. That's not your responsibility. Everybody can't change somebody's state. That has to come from within. So if it's not coming from within for whatever the reason, whether it be that person is distracted, or that person would rather do XYZ, or that person is just not getting it, then that's when you gotta go. It's my job to be a supportive system and let them vent, or let them run ideas by. Yo, if I say bless you, all right, see, now I'm about to get mad because I just read it and like it made me mad. If I say bless you to you and you hit me with the I'm an atheist, so don't bless me, I might have to spaz out. It just depends on the day. If I was already upset and I was being polite by saying bless you, and you turn around and say something like that, I might have to spaz out. Because it's like, at the end of the day, if I say bless you to you, that's not offending your atheism. If anything, I'm just acting on what I feel is my reality. So my reality is you sneezed, and I feel like because when you sneeze, your heart literally stops. Or at least that's the belief that comes from bless you anyway. I don't know if that's scientifically valid. Nonetheless, if I'm thinking that your heart just stopped, so I say bless you, then that's all it was. I wasn't saying, may God bless your spirit and I hope you come over to the side of Christianity because I know you're an atheist and you should probably stop being an atheist. That exchange never occurred. I literally said bless you and I want to go about my day just as much as I want you to go about your day. So if you catch me on the right day and I say bless you, and you turn around and say I'm an atheist, so don't bless me, or you don't say thank you, I'm a spaz out. Maybe. Just depends on the day. My cousin's FaceTiming me. Hold, please. Hello?
Hello.
You're sorry about that. But yeah, where was I? Hold on. Jeez, guys. Oh yeah. So, end rant about the bless you situation. I'm over it. Next one is dummy missions. Dummy missions are the best and the worst. Whoa. Dummy missions are the best and the worst thing that could ever happen to you. It's the worst thing that could ever happen to you if you're a procrastinator. So if you already been holding off an assignment or a project and somebody tells you, yo, let's go on a dummy mission, it's going to be very easy for you to be like, well, I can procrastinate some more. So in that case, the dummy missions will be the death of you. Don't go on them if you have something to do. But if you don't have anything to do, dummy missions can be some of the best times of your life. First of all, they happen the most during the summertime, summer nights, right? And they range from like a Walmart trip all the way to like picking your friend up at the bus station 2 cities over because her Uber's canceled on her last minute. You know, that's a very fictitious story because Ubers don't cancel on you, but you get what I'm saying. They range from like small to big missions and everything in between. It's all fun. All of it is a good time because I feel like that's when you get to know like the people that you with very intimately. And it's not because you're having like deep philosophical conversations, but it's just because you're seeing somebody in the act of like calmness and you just seeing how they are when they just are being like, this is just my being. Like we're in Walmart looking for Frosted Cheerios. This is who I am. Like, it's just so authentic. It's gritty. It's gritty and it's fun. And I just have the best time on dummy missions. And I wouldn't trade them for the world. Okay. There's like one more point that I wanted to say. And I have officially decided that when I get married, I'm speaking it into existence. When I get married, at my wedding, I will be playing Frank Ocean's At Your Best, which is an Aaliyah cover, and Joe Powell You for my wedding dances. It's already been established. We're not having no discussions over it. You want to talk about somebody that's stuck in the 90s? Joe Powell can literally be the man that I marry at my wedding. He might be an 80s singer. I don't actually know. But those songs are literally fire. And if you ever felt like you was ready to really settle down, those are the songs that are like, this is exactly what I've been feeling. And just send them. Just send them to your shawty. Be like, yo, this is what we doing when we get married. Nah, you'd sound crazy. But like, who cares? Send it to them. Next couple of videos, I'll be reviewing Black Panther because, bruh, I'll do another video on, how do I say this? I'm taking 6 classes and I'm the only Black woman in 5 out of the 6. So if you go to my Facebook page, like you'll see that I've made like a post that was like, I just want y'all to know that I'm taking 6 classes and I'm the only Black woman in all of them. That's not true. I fact checked that, which I probably should have did prior to posting it, but I fact checked it and found that there were actually there was, in one of my other classes, there's actually a black chick. I didn't know she was black. I mistook her for a different racial ethnic group. So that is it, and that is all. Those videos will be the upcoming ones. Review on Black Panther, and then my experiences of being the only black woman in the majority of my classes. If you liked the video, subscribe. No, if you like the video, like the video. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, do that too. And if you would like to leave a comment below and give me some other potential ideas for a topic, please do. Or if you would like to leave a comment about the actual content itself that I've provided for you, please feel free to do that as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.